Hi, my name is Alicia, and I am going to move us through a advanced practice. We'll have some fun. It'll be spicy. So yeah, definitely this is for a more advanced practitioner, strong. We're going to be moving into some places that are challenging, and yeah, it'll be fun and fiery and all the good stuff. So right away, we're just going to hop right into it, and we're just going to take ourselves into all fours. So moving your way into your hands and knees. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the foot into the mat, and just begin to move in a way that starts to wake up the body. And whatever time it is, just finding ways to tap into this intuitive quality of flow movement. Gliding side to side. You can take some undulations of the spine where we tuck the chin into the chest, fill through the back, and then ripple forward, root hips back wide and high, lengthen the belly, and then curling forward. Just waking the body up. And then walk your hands back. Rise your heart up high. It's coming on to a high knee, keeping the top of the foot pressing down and dragging back for a low hollow in the ankle. Just find a little arcing side to side, arms wide, heart full, all sides of the rib cage expanding. And take the right hand to the outside edge of your left thigh. Sit back, sit deep, soften the belly forward, rise up, arc over. Using this hand or fist against your thigh to just gently rotate. So we have a rotation of the right ribs rotating up towards the left. Head stays in line with the heart. Left arm reaching forward and long. And then we'll just other side. Left hand outside edge of right thigh. Big reach, right arm up and over. The left hand against the right thigh. We can find a little spiral. Rotating left ribs up towards the right. Keep the hips rooting back. Soft belly forward. Head in line with the heart. Back through center. Take the hands onto above the head. So you're kind of like on top of the head. Press the head into the hands so there's a rising quality. We're going to sit the hips back and then tuck the chin into the chest. Fill through the back. And then root the hips back and ripple forward up high. And 3 more just like that. Curling in, chin to chest. Fill through the back. Into the scruff of the neck, and then root the hips back and ripple open. And 2 more times, curling in. And then root back. Soften the belly forward, rise up high. Head presses into the hands. And curling in. Fill the back. Root the hips back. Soften the belly forward, rise all the way up. Release your hands. Reach forward. Hands to the mat. Let's tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the butt up. And so the feet are as wide as the hips or as wide as the mat, whatever feels right. Paw is connected, so we want more paw on the mat. Nice bend into the knees. Once we've bent into these knees, send the hips wide high up to the sky. The paws, the toe pads and mounds push down and out to the side, and the knees resist externally. The heart is forward, but the wrists are ahead of the shoulders so that we can hold a fullness in the rib cage, but we still maintain the hips are higher than the heart, the belly's long. Little pulses. And then take a little dance with your bum. So just shifting the hips side to side. And finding like a serpentine quality. Big bend into the knees. This will work with a sticky mat. Only sticky mats. So big bend into the knees, sit way back, keep the butt widening and high on the rise. And then pulse forward. Sit the butt way back, like you're coming into a deep squat. The heart meets close to the mat, and then pulse forward. And one more time, deep squat, hips way back, wide and high. And then pulse forward. Narrow the knees, lowers the knees. All fours, undulate the spine. Root the hips back, ripple forward. Chin to chest, fill the back, press the mat away. Root back, feel your butt widening as it pulls you back, lengthen the belly, and then ripple forward. And one more. Curling in, chin to chest, press the mat away, broaden the back. And then finding a neutral spine. And for me, a neutral spine is a cervical curve moving inward, lower lumbar curve moving inward, and the thoracic area, the mid-spine, full and broad so that the rib cage is expanding wide on all sides. A little pulse forward and back. And find your breath. Next time you sit your hips way back, peel the left knee open to the side, place your paw to the mat. Kickstand the right foot out just a little, sit back, sit wide, rise into the left side. Pulsing here. Opening into the left side ribs. Chin is lifted, crown reaches. And take the left hand, catch underneath the right ribs. Root the hips back, and then just gentle spirals of the ribs up towards the sky. So it's like a molding action of the fascia and a guiding of a rotation in the ribs. Hips root, belly stays long. And sit back, take a big reach, left arm reaches forward and long. Lengthening the whole left side. And then the last variation, single crown, resist more length into the belly and into the neck. And then we'll sit deep, curl in, chin to chest, round through the back into a ripple back open, blooming open. Sit back, curl in, open it up. One more time, sit back, sit deep, curl the chin to chest, fill through the back. And then opening it back up. Back through center, hands and knees. Little shift of the ribs side to side. Hips root back, soften the belly. Hold that fullness in the rib cage. And then find a neutral spine. Strong push of the mat away. Inflate through the whole rib cage. Chin is lifted, throat is open, hips root back and wide behind you. And springing forward and back, hips root back, keeping high, heart full and forward, little spring load forward back. Next time you sit back, right knee peels out to the side, place your paw to the mat. Kickstand the left foot out just a little bit, hips root back and wide, rise into the right side. Pulsing here. A gentle opening into your right side line. Root back, soften the belly, rise into the space underneath your right armpit. And take your right hand, catch underneath the left ribs. Root the hips back, gentle spiral of the ribs up towards the sky. So it's like a molding of the fascia, rotating of the ribs manually. And then take a big stretch. Right arm reaches forward and long. Open up the whole right side. Hips root, soft belly open, reaching and extending. Single crown, connect fist to the top of the head. Reach and extend, lengthen, and then sit the hips back. Curl the chin into the chest, fill through the back, and ripple open. Like you're blooming, open, chin opens. What is your throat opens? And then we sit back and we curl in. Chin to chest, fill the back. Bloom open, soften the belly, resist into your hand. One more, curl in. And then bloom open, resist your head into your hand, more length in the neck, more length in the belly. And then back through center. Take a couple of breaths here. Lift up, butt high to the sky, pause to the mat. Hands and feet, nice bend into the knees. Root the hips back wide and high, heels resist away from you. Heart pulls forward, push the mat away, hold that inflation through the rib cage. Externally rotate right hand just a little bit, toes and knees twist left. Sit the hips towards the heel, rise into the left side. Pulsing here by bending and extending, chin is lifted, throat is open. It's like you're turning yourself into a human rainbow. Big stretch, left arm reaches forward long. Left hand to right forearm. Eyes look down to the ground, root the hips wide towards the right side, spiral open, twisting into the spine. Hips root, soften the belly, lift into the left ribs. One more pulse. Back through center. Little pulsing forward back. Shift the hips side to side, whatever feels good. A little dance with your butt. Externally rotate left hand, twist toes and knees to the right. Sit the hips towards the heel, rise into your right side line. By bending and extending, we find that pulse, that lift, that length. Like you're turning yourself into a human rainbow. Rising right ribs. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin is lifted, throat is open, crown reaches forward. Big reach. Hips root back, soften the belly open, big extension. Right hand to left forearm. Eyes look down to the ground. Root the hips wide towards the left side. Spiral ribs up towards the sky. Sit deep, root back. Revolve up, big bind. One more pulse. Back through center. Take a couple of hops, shorten the stance. So for the hopping, we're going to press the mat away super strong. Really hold the push. That's a very strong part. You're going to keep your eyes ahead of your hands. And hop with an open belly, knees at a 90 degree. So we're searching for that lightness. And yeah, the hope is to land light. So, wide stance, arms push strong, eyes look forward, ahead of the hands. Press the ground away, deep seat. Press. 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 Maybe you handstand, eyes look straight down, knees hug downwards, hips rise upwards, belly stays long, push the ground away. Come back down. Root the hips way back, hands to the shins or above the knee, whatever feels right. Take a pause. A little glide of your legs side to side. Bend into the knees, keep the butt back wide behind, and then rise up with an open belly. Big full breath. Feet are hip distance apart, or as wide as your mat, or almost as wide as your mat. I like mine a little wider than my hips. Knees bend forward, connect the toes. So the toes are connected and we're holding like a, it's almost like they're like gripping the ground just a little bit, which connects us into the back line of our leg. So the paws are connected, the knees are forward and the hips are gently moving back. Reach your arms forward and then begin to, like you're trying to pick stars out of the sky. And you're reaching so high each time, a little higher. And then some stillness, right hand to left wrist. Keep the elbows just gently forward of so you can see them with your eyes. Lift the chin and open the throat. Bend into the knees, knees forward, hips root back, rise up, arc over to the right. So that we're just guiding with the assistance of our hand against our wrist, a tensegrity, a tension in the left line. Hips back, pulsing, soft belly forward, rising up and arcing over. We'll take this hand as a unit down towards the right knee or right thigh. Chin tucks into the chest, fill through the back. And then root the hips back and open it back up like a rainbow, rising high, holding that tensegrity or that tension, right hand against the left wrist. And then release, a little sway, and glide your ribs side to side. Take a pause, breathe. Okay, other side. Connect the toes, pause, pushing down and out to the side, just gentle. Knees forward, hips back. So there's a springy quality that we hold. Reach the arms forward and then up high and begin to pick those stars out of the sky. Like you're reaching and reaching and a little higher each time. And maybe you turn this into a little bit of like a spiral dance. And toes stay connected. Chin stays lifted, belly long. Okay, and then this time the left hand is going to catch the right wrist. Keep the elbows just ahead of the head so you can see your elbows. Sit deep, sit wide, rise up, spring over to the left side. Hips root back, belly stays long, reaching up and arcing over. The left hand just gently guiding attention into the right sideline. Breathing. Opening, holding that lifting energy like a rainbow up and over. And then we'll take the arms down towards the left knee or thigh. Chin tucks into the chest, fill through the back. Root the hips back and open it back up. Holding the tension, left hand against the right wrist. Chin is lifted, throat is open. And then release. Little sway, watch it out. Okay. Narrow your heels. Big bend into the knees, sit back. Heels can lift so that we can keep the butt back. A little springiness here. Right hand connects to the right side, right elbow right in front of your right knee, or to the inside edge of your right knee. Left arm reaches up high to the sky and then arcs over towards the right. Resist your knee into your elbow. Belly stays long, chin lifted. Let's take this left hand, dip it down for a cross, chin to chest, feel the back, and then lift it back up. So it's like that curling in and then opening up. And then like a little, I don't know, glide over, switch sides. Left hand to the ground. Left elbow nuzzled right into the inseam of your left thigh. Right arm, big stretch high to the sky, and then arc over towards the left side. You're rising into your right ribs. Chin is lifted, throat is open. And then we'll take this arm and just dip it down. So the arm lowers in front of the chest, curl in, chin to chest. And then peel it back open. Big stretch. Rising all the way back up to center. A little shift of your knees side to side. Hands plant down. Sit, take the heart forward so that you can step back and step back. Little pedal of your heels. Okay. Here we go. So left leg straight back behind. Keep pressing the mat away to hold the fullness through the back rib cage. Hamstring hug, left heel towards the bum. We're holding this bend in the knee, so the knee is like resisting forward to hold the hollows in our groins. The hips keep rooting back wide, and then it's like a springy action. The ribs pull forward as the heel kicks back, and then we curl it in just a little bit. Okay. And then take your heart forward to step your left foot forward. Deep squat, root the hips back. You might want to block here. So option for a block. We're just going to pulse extension into the left leg. High lunge style, pyramid style. And so you can catch your bum, lift the cheeks up. You want to maintain the lower lumbar moving in. So if you need to come up a little higher, then you can do that. Lift your chin. And if you have more space, you can come lower. Keep the toes connected. Hips rooting back wide. The energy of this left femur roots back into the hip socket. Okay. Bend into both knees. We're going to stay low. We're going to take this left hand underneath the left thigh to catch the outside edge of your right knee. Send your right butt over to the right side. Send your right arm long to the left. Right knee resist against the left hand so that there's external knees pushing outwards. Soften the belly forward, lift up the chin. Right butt way to the right. Right knee resisting against left hand. Big stretch, chin lifted, throat open. Be here for one more full inhale. Exhale, release your knee. Come up, 2 seats forward. Hold the fullness in your heart, big breath. Okay. Bend into the knees, knees forward, hips back, and then rise the heart, chin lifted, throat open, push wide to the sky. Sit back, sit deep, and then rise up way high. One more time, sit back, sit deep, and lifting all the way up, heart high, big sky. Come back to a neutral spine. Open it up. Tribal to the side. So here, just finding the feet, opening to a side plane. Left hand to the inside edge of your right thigh, deep seat. Root the hips way back, take a big stretch. Right arm reaches forward and long. Full extension through that right side, big rise. Option to take a single crown, a fist to the top of the head. The elbow hugs narrow. Bend into the knee, root back. Spring open, big rise. Stretch it long, cool. And then rise up. So we're going to move into half moon options here. If a full bind doesn't feel good for you, then you'll just keep this block ahead of you, and you want to give it enough space so the belly can stay long. So if you're not going to go for the second version, which is the full bind, we're going to take a hand to the block or not. Pick up the right knee, hug it in. Left femur roots back and wide. Keep a micro bend at least in your standing leg. Right hand connects to the front of your right knee. Resist. Keep the belly long and open, head in line with the heart. So this is half moon, little bowspring style, and that will be the first option. Second option is going to play with a bind. It's quite fierce, but also fun. So if your legs a little shake, you can probably feel them already. And we're going to take a deep seat, root the hips way back. Right, what is your left hand to the inside edge of your left thigh? Right hand wraps around behind. Here, just pulsing some extension into both legs, rooting the hips back, opening the belly long towards the right, and reaching the crown forward. So just hang in here for just a second. And we're going to take the eyes forward. Right foot, little step forward. Keep the belly long. Keep your left femur rooting back and high into the hip socket. Right knee hugs. Right knee hugs in. And then kicks out to the side. And then coming back. So wherever you are with that, I'll do that one more time. So big bend into the knees, hips root back. First stop, play with that, or to a block. Second stop, legs, baby, legs. Full bind, sit deep. Left hand to the inside edge of your left thigh. Right hand wraps around, little Hercules clasp. Clasp the hands. Root the hips back, hold them wide. Heart is forward, it's like reaching forward. Right foot steps forward. Eyes to the ground, find a focal space. Knee hugs in. And then kicks out. Cool. Shake it out. Okay, so coming back to this place, we're going to pivot both feet to face the right side. Hands to the thighs, a little glide of your ribs side to side. Find your breath, those are a challenge. Cool. And then here, option to just glide your legs side to side, or option to take some frog hops. If you're frog hopping, we're gonna keep the hips rooted back, keep the legs wide, hands plant underneath of the shoulders. And we're gonna keep the feet as close into the hands as we can. Press the mat away, fill into the back of the heart. So super, super important. As soon as your elbows lock or release, then you deflate your heart and you'll never go up. So the hands and the arms are so important, filling into the shoulder blades. Okay, big spring. Wide legs. Land light. Hops up and down. Okay. Lifting all the way up, take a pause, breathe. So, this little guy, we're gonna come down into a cheetah lunge. It's gonna look like so this left knee bends and the right leg extends. And the left knee hugs in and we can hover this heel. And this heel, right heel, is digging down and dragging back so that we hold a tension in the back line of the leg and an engagement. First, let's just take the left hand in front of the left knee, right arm, reach it big, high to the sky, and then arc it over, away from your extended leg. Keep the right heel digging down and dragging back. One more big full inhale. Exhale, come back up. Right hand slides back behind. Plant it out. Give yourself some space, feels nice. And then you're going to reach your left arm up. Open it up. Drop the hips, thighs pull back. Lift up, open the belly. One more time, drop hips, thighs pull back. Big lift, open up. And then we'll just drop the bum. Take a full bind here. The left hand wraps around behind to catch the right hand, little Hercules clasp. Lift the heart, lift the chin. And if this full bind doesn't work for you, you can just take one hand in front of the knee. Give it something to resist into. Okay. And then come back, release your bind. Hands forward, pick up the bum. A little side to side, ninja. Wow, 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 wow. Cool. Take the hands forward, pivot on your left toes, lower the right knee down. Walk your left foot out just a little bit so that you have space in front of you and so that we can work into the inner groin. So we'll just widen the left foot to the left side and take it on a little bit of an external rotation, feels good to me. You can take your hands to a block and just pulse forward and back here. Connecting into the toes here, dig down, drag back. Belly stays long, heart stays full. A little fierce flow. And I offer that you come onto your side of your foot and with an awareness, a gentleness. And so just being kind and moving with an integrity that holds your body safe. Wow. I'll take the left, what is the right hand, slide it out to the right side. So you want to give yourself space, 2 or 3 feet. Right hand in alignment with your right knee. Left hand can just plant forward of your right hand, hips root back. Open the belly long. Lift into an arc. If you want to see what this looks like from a side, it looks like this. Where the hips pull back, the belly stays long, and we're rising into the side ribs. Left hand to right forearm, eyes look down to the ground, root the hips back and spiral the ribs open. Left hand replaces the right. Right hand comes in front of you to catch the left ankle. Dig drag picks up the left ankle. Root the hips back. Knee hugs forward, hips pull back. Press the mat away with the left hand. Rise into the right ribs. Open the belly forward. Chin is lifted, throat is open. From the side, this looks like. Knee hugs forward, hips root back. Open the belly, rise into the ribs. Press the mat away. One more big full inhale. Exhale, releasing with grace and control. Left hand releases back down where it came from. Take a stretch. Left arm reaches long, open up. And then sit back to take the hands forward of the mat. Couple of pulses forward and back. Okay. Keep the left foot rooted to the mat. Right leg, open leg to the side. Narrow the left toes towards the middle of the mat, and then root your left femur back wide and high into the sky. Keep your right knee hugging in. Open the belly and press the mat away. Eyes look forward. Hitch kicks, side to side. So how slow can you go? Pushing the ground away super strong. Painting a rainbow with your butt. Glide the hips side to side. Next time your right leg lands, right foot lands, hold it here. Root your next time your left foot lands, I lie. So left foot lands, root your left femur back, hug the right knee in. You're gonna do this cool thing that's like you're flying. Reach your arms forward. Kick out and in. Kick out and in. Little pulsing with the standing leg as we kick out. Fly, hold the heart full, chin lifted, throat open. And last time, kick out. Bend into your knee and bring it all the way through for infinity. Options for this right foot land to either the shin or to the knee. So shin is lower, knee is higher. Knee stays narrow. Bend into your standing leg, hips root back. The arms are as high as your shoulders, so you push forward to broaden into the back. Lift up the chin. Breathe. Hips back. Press forward. Lift the heart. Knees forward, hips back. Press forward. Hold the fullness. All sides, ribcage expanding. Lifting up. One more big full inhale. Exhale, come back, neutral spine. Right leg all the way over, phoenix kickstand legs. So the knees squish together. We'll take a full bind, eagle arms. Left arm over top of the right. Okay, so a hovered front heel. Knees squish forward, hips root back, rise into your length, elbows pull forward and high. And then we'll curl in, chin tucks into the chest. Round through the back, fill the back. And then sit deep, root back, and open it back up. And then curling in. Chin to chest, fill the back. Root the hips back and open it back up. Last time, curl in. And then sit back, sit deep, ripple back open. Hold your bind actually with arms. Sit deep into your seat. Right leg open leg to the side. Root the hips back. Rise into the right ribs. A little sticky pedal with your right leg. Hold a brightness, a lightness in the ribs. Lift into your chin. Find some stillness. Sweep this leg back around. Take the top of the foot down to the ground behind you. Use the top of the foot, drag towards your knee to keep your hips rooting back. Keep a lightness in the ribs, lifting and rising up away from the hips as the hips root back, lower the knee. Release the arms, feel the free, reach high, wide to the sky. And then arc over to the left side, so left hand meets right heel. Sit deep, reach high. Sit deep and reach high. And one more time, sit deep and then reach high. And take your hands just to support you as you sit your bum down so that you can take your left, what is this thing, shin on top of your right. Little fire log pose. So here, exploring a twist. Right hand to left knee, heart high, chin lifted, throat open. And then twisting to the other way. And then back through center. Bow over your legs any amount that feels nourishing, that feels kind and loving. So it might start off quite high. Maybe even this is a lot, right? And it might also go quite low. Fierce little flow. Yeah. Fierce flow. Okay. So I'm gonna lift up. I'm gonna take this left foot and just place it in front of the right. And the first variation is just gonna place your left hand inside the left arm inside the left leg and reach your right arm high to the sky. That's first variation, and just kind of a gentler option. The second variation, pull your butt out from underneath of you. You're gonna take your left hand, creep it underneath to place it on the ground. Right hand is going to catch your left toes, your left foot, and then you're just gonna start to pulse, just little gentle pulses. And you pulse, and you pulse, and you pulse, and you pulse, and maybe you extend. Yeah. Think about rooting this femur down, this left femur down, and keep a like a gas pedal engagement with the paw pushing into the hand. It's like the toes are gripping. Rise into your right side line, chin is lifted, throat is open. Breathing. Cool. And then release that foot down. Fun, fun. Bring yourself hands forward and step back to the mat. Cool. We'll wash it out with a little flow. So externally rotate right hand, toes and knees twist left, zip the hips, rise the ribs. And drop the right foot, pick up the left, one arm, one leg, side balance. Find your roots while you have your connection, left hand to the mat. Root your right femur back wide and high into the sky. Left knee hugs in, open the belly, and then rise into the left ribs. Once you've got your foundation, begin to kick your left foot long. So you're making a shooting star, and then maybe you lift up your left hand so that you are a star in the sky, and you're shooting and you're bright and you're wide and you're open and you're strong. Hold for one more full inhale. Exhale, left hand plants on an external rotation. Left knee sweeps underneath of you. Revolve your kitty. Step the foot long beside the right. And drop your hips. Right arm big. Stretch forward and long. Hips drop low. Root them back towards the left. Big. Open up. Stretch it open. Take one more. Hips low. Root back. Open and bow. Cool. And drop your bum low so that you land in these little ninja legs. We're just going to take this left hand back behind us and pick your bum up. Hips drop low and rise up. And one more time, hips low and rise up. Hands back forward to the mat. Tuck both of your feet. Lift back. Reach. Open. Hips low. Pulse back center. Lower the knees. Untuck the toes. Undulate the spine. Wide hands. And come to the base of the thigh, the place that isn't bony like your knee. Hamstring hug heels to the bum so that the butt really pulls back and we hold a length and tensegrity in the belly. It's toned and it's tight. Maybe tight isn't, it's elastic. And it's strong. And then we're going to come down halfway, keep the hips resisting back. Hold the fullness in the heart and then lift back up. Nice and slow. And then land all the way onto your back, or onto your belly, I should say. Make a little flower cup or a little double fist with your hands. Rest your head. And just tick-tock your knees side to side. Big full breathing. Back through center, lift the heart, lift the head, hands wide, coming in, coming out how we came in. So find that tension with the knees just dragging down, pulling back, hamstring hug heels towards the bum, belly gets long, fill the heart, lift up with the butt pulling you back. Hands back to the mat, tuck the toes, lift up, hands and feet, butt high to the sky. Cool, so little springing forward and back here. Externally rotate right hand, toes and knees. No, I lie. Externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees to the right. Hips drop low, rise high into the right side. Pulsing here, opening up. Drop the left, pick up the right, one arm, one leg, side balance. And we find our foundation before we lift the right fingertips. So rooting the left femur back wide and high into the sky. Left ear to left shoulder, rise into the right ribs. Right knee hugging towards the belly just a little bit. And so you find your lightness, you find your roots, and then begin to extend through your right leg. And begin to reach your right arm forward, widening. Lift underneath of the left ribs. Keep extending into the left leg, rooting left femur back and wide. And then resisting more length, open it up. Crown is reaching. Shooting star. One more full inhale. Right hand lands down, sweep the right knee underneath. If you revolve your kitty, step the foot long beside the right. Drop your hips, root back, and then reach, open up. Left hand reaches forward and long. Hips drop low, root back, open up. One more. And then drop your bum. So you kind of land in this little ninja chop thing. And take a pause because it's nice to sit on your bum. And we'll take the right hand back behind, left arm big, push up to the sky. And drop the bum, lift up. And one more time, drop the bum, lift up, reach up. Back center, hands forward. Tuck your toes, root the hips back, open. And then little spring steps you back. Find your roots here. Hips pulling back, heart pulling forward. Okay, find some stillness. Right leg straight back behind. Hamstring hug, right heel to the bum. Energetically, the knee is pulling forward so that we're holding a tension. And we're holding the hollows in the groins. And then you can start to kind of like spring forward and back. Lengthening and then closing. All the while holding an integrity in the alignment of the spine. So the heart is full. Ribcage expanding wide all sides. Cool. Eyes forward. Take your knee forward to step your foot forward. Right foot steps forward. Deep bend. You might want your block again. Root the hips back into extending into your right leg. And so here, if it's too low with a block, you can come up higher above the knees. You're going to keep the lower lumbar moving in its natural curve. Just support the back, and you can catch your bum, and you can spread your cheeks. Hands to the block if you have that depth. Connect your toes and root your right femur back into the hip socket. So there's this feeling of sending this hip back and wide. Cool. We're going to stay nice and low, bend into both knees. Right hand is going to sweep underneath of the right thigh to catch the outside edge of your left knee. Left hip, big parallel park to the left as we reach long left arm to the right side. Rising into the left ribs, hips root back. Resist your knee against your hand. Open the belly, lift up the chin. And pulsing here, connected toes, knees resisting outward, hips back, soft belly forward. Take one more full inhale. And then releasing with grace and control. Come forward to arms forward, lift the chin, breathe. Okay. Knees forward, hips back, press, fullness, rise high. 2 more times, knees forward, hips back, push, fullness, rise high. 1 more time, knees forward, hips back, lift into the length, rising up. And then we'll open it up into this tribal lunge. So here, a deep seat, root the hips back. Right hand to the inside edge of your right thigh, left arm big, stretch long. Little springing here, dig, drag left paw down and back as we reach up and rise. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Option to take a fist to the top of the head. Resist length into the belly, into the neck. Hug the elbow, narrow. Open, rise. One more pulse. And then we'll set up for that half moon. So option with a bind or not, same as before. I'll go over those two options just to be clear. With no bind, you might want to block, you might not, but we're going to have that block about as long as our torso. We're going to shift the weight into the right foot. Little spring, hand to the block or not. Left knee hugs in, connected to your hand or your fist. Resist the hips back. Extend length into your right leg so you're rooting that femur back and wide into the hip socket. Open the belly, lift up the chin. So that will be with no bind. If you're playing with the bind, you can big squat, root the hips back. Right hand to the inside edge of the the right thigh, left hand wraps around behind. And for a couple of moments here, just pulse extension into the legs, rooting femurs back and wide, extending, lengthening. Belly bows long, crown reaches forward. When you feel good, you're going to take this left foot, little step forward. Keep rooting your right femur back into the hip socket. Find a place to gaze on the ground. Keep the heart booming forward. Hug left knee in. And then send it out to the side. Belly's long, focused, toes connected. Play. Those are really hard, so we can get good at them though, I believe it. We can get good at things. I'll try that one more time. So, binding, bowing, eyes forward, little step forward. Shift weight into the right, root right femur back wide into the hip socket, eyes to a focal point, hug left knee in. And then extending out to the side, belly's long. Shake it out. So we'll rise up and then pivot feet to face the side. A little shake. Make noise. Cool. Hands horseshoe hold to the tops of the thighs. Little shoulder dips. Be soft. Option to keep on shoulder dipping. Option to even make deeper shoulder dips with twist and binds. Option to take some hops. If you're hopping again, the hands are planting strong. We're pushing the ground away, holding a fullness through the ribs, through the back. The feet are as close in as you can get them. It's scary. Eyes look forward. Big hops. Keep the knees hugging low, the belly long, push the ground away. Wherever you are, landing down, root the hips back, rise up, lift the chin, breathe. Okay. I'm going to sneak down into a cheetah lunge. So that's going to look like. So this time the left leg is extended and we're digging the heel down and dragging it back. And right hand in front of the right thigh or knee. Reach your left arm high and then arc it up and over away from your extended leg. Keep an energetic lift through the space underneath your left armpit and dig down, drag back the heel towards your hip. And one more big full inhale. And then left hand is gonna slide out, back behind. Pick up, open the belly, reach long. Drop the hips, thighs pull back. Big lift and extend, open up. Space is nice. Hips drop low, thighs pull back. One more big open up. Coming back. And drop your hips. And take a full bind. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can just take like this. Otherwise, wrapping around. Lift the heart, lift the chin. One more full inhale. Cool. I'm releasing the bind if you caught it. Take the hands forward, lift the bum, little ninja side to side. Cool. And then pivot your right toes forward, lower the left knee down. Walk your your right foot out to the right side so that you create space here. Block. What's going on with my hair? Block is cool. This back foot, the top of the foot is pressing down and dragging back for a low hollow in the ankle. The toes are connected for the first couple of pulses and we're digging that paw down and back. And keep the alignment of your spine, even taking a hand back there to see what's going on. And offering you, if you fancy, you can come onto the side of your foot, just be gentle. So working a widening of the knee. And less is more. Okay. Left hand slides out to the left side. Replace your right paw down. Right arm out in front of the left hand. Hips root back. Soften the belly forward and long. Rise into your right side line. And gentle pulsing here. And we'll take a right hand to left forearm. Eyes look down to the ground. Root the hips back as you spiral the ribs open. So working a rotation, thinking about picking up the left ribs and rotating them upwards. And keep the left groin rooted back. We'll take the right hand, replace the left. Left hand crosses in front of you to catch the right ankle. Dig, drag the right foot, pick up the foot. Knee hugs forward, hips root back, press the ground away and rise into your right ribs. Soften the belly forward, keep rising into the ribs. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Knee is forward, hips are back. Press the ground away, reach up, rise. Take one more full inhale, rising, reaching, opening. And then release your ankle with grace and control. Paw touches back down. Left hand comes back to re-support you so you can take the right hand back. Big stretch, open up. Sit back, hands forward. A couple pulses forward and back. Okay, we're going to keep connected the right foot to the ground and pick up the left, open leg to the side. As I pick up the left, the right foot angles in towards the center of the mat. Root your right femur back wide towards the right side, nice and high. Left knee hugs in. Press the mat away. Eyes look forward. Setting up some hitch kicks. Little cartwheel kicks side to side. How slow can you go? How lightly can you land? Keep the knees contained at a 90 degree. Moving with your butt. Whew. Eyes forward, push the ground away. Next time you land on your right foot, stay. Root right femur back, hug the left knee in. You're gonna come up for this little flying cool thing. Reach your arms forward. Extend. And then curl in just a little bit and extend. And then curl in just a little bit and then extend. Pulsing and extending. Flying, heart is full. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Cool. Next time you extend, we'll hold. Lift the heart, carry your leg through. Infinity. Heel touches to the knee or to the shin. Standing leg is bent just a little bit. This right knee, what is your left knee? It hugs in or it's narrowing. Reach your arms forward. Arms as high as the shoulders. Hips root back. Press fullness forward. Holding the spaciousness in the back, lift the chin. Toes connected. Hips back. Soft belly forward. Ribs rising. Inflating all sides. Chin lifted, throat open. And connecting into your breath. One more full inhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Right leg all the way over. Oh, it is your left leg all the way over. My words now. Left leg all the way over. Phoenix leg, squish the knees. Right arm full bind over top of the left. So the right over top of the left. Bind up, eagle arms. Elbows pull forward, broaden into the back. Squish into the knees, knees forward, hips back. Rise center, lengthen the belly, rise high. And then we'll curl it in, chin tucks into the chest. Fill through the back. And then root the hips back, open it up. And then curl in, chin to chest. And then sit deep, root back, rise up. One more time. Curl in. Chin to chest, fill the back. And root the hips back, open it up. Hold your arms. Sit into your seat. Left leg out to the side, open leg. Little pedal. Hold a lightness and a brightness in your ribs. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Toes are connected. Belly's long. Okay, sweep this leg all the way back behind. Take the top of the foot to the ground. Use the top of the foot to drag towards your knee. Keep the hips rooting back. Hold the lightness in the ribs as you slowly lower the knee down. Release the arms wide. And then sit deep, arc over to the right side. Right hand, left heel. Sit deep, lift up. Sit deep, lift up. One more time, sit deep and lift up. And then just allow your hands to support you, maybe coming to the back as you sit your bum down. So that your right leg, right shin or calf can land on top of your left. And here we are in this lovely little fire log place. You can catch your bum, lift the cheeks, And we'll twist left hand to right knee. Lift the chin, lift the heart, find a length in the spine. And then we'll twist the other way. And then if it feels good for you, you can walk forward a little bit. That might be good. Maybe you have a little bit more space. That might be good. Or maybe coming down all the way. Wherever you are, just honoring a breath and taking that breath to the places that feel sticky. Allowing the breath to move into those little creaky places. Okay. Lift up and play here. I'm just going to spin to show. So the right foot can land in front of the left. And the first variation is just taking the right hand ahead of the right toes here. So you have a length, reaching the left arm high and arcing over. And you can give a little resistance of the thigh into the arm. And that will be the first variation. The second variation will be taking this right hand and creeping it underneath to here. And then the left hand is going to catch your right foot, and very slowly you're just going to start to pulse extension into your leg. And being aware that not all sides are created equal, right? So typically in our bodies, one side is more open, one side is tighter, and there's just differences, and that's good and cool. So just going in a soft way, honoring the difference between the sides and not expecting a side to do one thing that it did on the others. And maybe we open up so much that we are in this little crazy shape. So the femur is rooting down, we're rising high into the left side ribs, chin is lifted, throat is open. One more full inhale, reach high, root down, and then come back. Cool. Come forward so the feet can go back, lift up, hands and feet, little shift of the hips side to side, little pedal of the heels. Okay. Externally rotate right hand, toes and knees left. Sit the hips, rise the ribs. And drop your right hip down, right arm reaches long. Just go into a twist here. Left leg drapes over top of the right. Reach your arms forward of your heart and then begin to spiral the heart upwards. Right hand to the outside edge of your left thigh. Left hand, chin up, bar back behind. Lift the chin out of the throat. I'm always searching for back cracks here. Gentle movement, the hips rooting, the belly lengthening. Little resistance. If you'd like to explore extending your left leg long, you can work an IT stretch, so taking the hand either to the knee or the shin or the ankle or the foot, if you can catch it, and then root your femur back and extend leg long. And then coming through center. Actually, what I mean is just twisting, keep the cross of the legs. And shift your bum. And shift yourself sort of to the mat. Okay, and so if this is too much for you, you can always just slide back to a cross ankle and chill here. If you want to work into cow face pose, you're gonna catch both ankles, resist the knees away from you, lift the chin out of the throat. Big full breathing. One more big full inhale. Exhale, release gently both ankles. Link your legs, reach your right arm forward. Shift your butt so that you can lie onto your side. Left hand plants in front of the heart. Press yourself all the way back up. Little pedal of the heels. Little bend and extend. Okay, externally rotate left hand, toes and knees to the right. Sit the hips, rise the ribs. And then lower your left hip down. Left hand long to the top right hand corner of the mat to lie onto your side. Right leg drapes over top of the left. Arms reach forward of the heart and then begin to spiral up to the sky. Roll left hand to the outside edge of your right thigh. Right hand chin up, bar back behind. Lift the chin. Little twist with a bind. Again, if you want to play with that extension, whatever feels good for you, think about rooting your right femur back into the hip socket. Yeah, and even like working that before you find that full length. Okay. And then we will cross the legs, come all the way to the mat. So again, the options, if this is too intense, you can just cross ankle and catch your shin, little rock side to side. If you would like to play cow face, you're going to cross the legs full cross, catch ankles and resist the knees away from you. Lift up the chin, open the throat, and breathe into the space that feels resisting. Big breath. Release the ankles, unwind the legs, place the feet behind the sits bones. Chin up by the hands, little domes above the head, elbows up to the sky, and just tick-tock the knees side to side. If you have a bolster, you can catch a bolster. And if you don't, you can just hug yourself, knees knocked together. Just hang here for a second. If you're bolstering, nuzzle the bolster right underneath behind your bum, and then lie on the bolster. Arms out to the side. You can butterfly your legs, feet together, knees wide. Lift up the chin. If you don't have a bolster, you can roll up blankets, or you can take 2 blocks and place them long, or a wound up yoga mat with a blanket on top of it, or this with a blanket on top of it. Bolsters are obviously more comfortable, and you know, they're nice to have, or pillows or whatever, but yeah, this is fine too. Just finding a place of, it's kind of nice. Different. I mean, it's good, it's really good. Yeah, so, I mean, you can get creative with this, and if you don't have any of that, blankets or pillows or whatever, allow yourself to hang here for a few minutes. When you feel complete with this little opening, well, I'll just wait with you. It's good. With the double blocks, you get like a little block into the back of your skull, into that occipital lobe. You can give yourself a little massage there. It's good. I mean, if that lines up with your height, but my height is perfect for that, my little height. Okay, and if you would fancy to stay in this longer, you can just pause or hang out there longer. And if not, then moving on to the back, just catch your knees, little rock side to side. Knees pull heavy, chin is lifted, throat is open. And we'll set up for some final rest, extending the legs long. Hands can catch the bum, spread the cheeks. Give yourself a big bear hug, grab opposite shoulders, widen and broaden. And then arms out to the side, palms up or down, you can decide. And press the head into the mat, lift up the chin and open the throat. Big full inhale. Level 9. Allow yourself to really let go. What does it feel like to be held? What does it feel like to let go? Offering you to stay as long as you can. Take the rest. It is the goodness. And perhaps connecting hand to heart, hand to belly. Be with yourself in whatever capacity you need. Thank you for playing. If you have any questions or if something didn't feel right, just holler. And that's all. Definitely advanced practice, even hard for me. Kicked my butt. That's okay. It's fun to play in that zone. I love you guys. Questions, or if you want to work on something, let me know.